I got pregnant at 15. I had my baby at 16.
Oh wow, okay. So your baby was already here when you went to boot camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was already. He stayed with my mom while I was in boot camp.
Gotcha. So like, what was that experience like finding out 15 years old you're pregnant and you about to have a kid?
I was scared as hell. Like I didn't want to tell my mom, but she actually was cool about it. Like,
gotcha.
She was cool about it.
No, that's dope. It's the funny thing about kids is when you find out, you be like, man, it's terrible. But once they hear, you be like, damn, I can't even imagine my life without you. Right?
Type shit.
It's wild. So your mom has you have a boy or girl?
That's a boy.
Little boy. So your mom has your mom or your dad has your son while you're at boot camp?
My mama.
Okay. So you go to boot camp, you come out. Like, what's the first thing you do once you get back 6 months later?
So the first thing I did when I got back, I made this so what song was that? I made this song called Model Model.
Okay.
Model Model. Do you know DJ Star?
Yep. I heard that name.
Model Model. So you know I'm living in Monroe. So he was behind me hard, like hard. Like he used to be on my ass, and like he put that song all over the radios. I remember like being at a basketball game in Winsboro, and everybody just coming on like, your song on the radio, your song on the radio. And this when I came out of boot camp, and at this time I'm like, I really want to rap, and like that was the first time my song was like on the radio. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like I couldn't even attend the game anymore. But like after that, like I swear every song I started dropping, DJ Star had it regular rotation on the radios. Like that's when I really started like, yeah, I'm a rap.
It's hard. Like, so what about hip hop and the writing process that you like about it? Like what about hip hop that you love and the culture about it?
So with writing, like I said, I've been writing since I was younger. Like even in the little group I was in, I used to write for all of us. Okay. It was so crazy because I swear to God, people where I'm from can vouch. Like I'm a little girl sitting there writing verses for everybody in the studio, including my own, and everybody's shit going hard. Everybody. I'm not missing on nothing. Like, and that's just what I do because I used to write poetry before I started rapping. So I know how to put words together. I know how to do all that. So it's like writing a verse is nothing. I write poetry, So
in the world right now, we're more in a punch-in stage where people like, I'm not about to sit down and write. Let me kind of just do that. Where you now?
I wasn't in on that. So when I used to go in the studio and people, when they were punching in, I was like, yeah. It was like, you right? Like I punch in. I was like, yeah, all right. So I started trying to punch in. It's easy for me. I can punch in, but it's like, as a writer, as a poetry writer, when I punch in, it's like I hear the verse back and I'll be like, nah, I feel like I can go write that and it can be way harder. Because when you punching in, you saying whatever come to your mind. Right. When you writing, you putting thought to it. So when you writing, it's always gonna go harder. To me, I feel like.
So do you think the punch in is a lazy route to approach hip hop? Like people who don't really want to just sit and have.
I can't even say it's a lazy route because when you an artist, you have so much to do. Like your whole day you might be on move all day. Gotcha. So it's like to be a writer, you actually have to sit down and write. So it's like some people don't have time to that. So sometimes punching in is what you gotta do. Gotcha. You can't sit down and put thought into that shit. You gotta be on go.